Folks, we're going to go ahead and get started here, and folks joining in. Now, this webinar is just going to be a little bit different. So today, we're just going to talk about some complimentary marketing material that you guys will have access to, and I have access to, Brandon have access to, and you'll have access to, just to give your business just a little bit more value. So here we're going to take it away and give it to our resident expert. Brandon, my friend, take it away.
Awesome. Thank you, Bernard. Again, thank you to those of you joining us and any who watch us following up. As Bernard mentioned, this is going to be a little bit different. Normally, we get up here and I kind of talk to you about how to talk about these things, how to position the annuities. But today, what we're going to do is we're actually going to show you some additional resources that you have available to you right now for free that you can leverage to either educate yourself, your clients, or continue to have some of these conversations. As we've mentioned in the past, now is a great time to go ahead and start getting into this industry. We've talked about how 401k companies are trying to figure out how they can do guaranteed lifetime income, but guess what? They can't. The only companies that can really issue these guaranteed protected income products are life insurance companies. Now, why is that? Well, basically, the risk to a company that issues an annuity is that the client lives too long. And they live too long and they get a lot of money past and above what the insurance company expected. Well, what else do life insurance companies do is they write life insurance policies. And what's the risk there? The client doesn't live long enough and they don't get enough premium to justify a death benefit. They are now on both sides of the equation. That's why they're the carriers and they're the companies that issue these types of products. They can price and manage both sides of the mortality table because they're on both sides of it. And they're the only ones that can have both of those risks covered so that they can continue to move forward. So 401k companies aren't really going to have a shot to do this. You do. So as folks take a look at time to retire and they look at maybe they have a pension, maybe they're thinking about Social Security, it's likely that that won't be quite enough to guarantee their lifestyle for the course of their life. So their options are try and hope that the market holds out and sell stock or bonds every so often, or they can take a look at working on a protected income product with you. Now, we talked about this last time. The key is not trying to capture everything. This is a complementary product. We're not going to put all of a client's assets in here, but what it can do is it can partner along with their financial advisor that's handling the investment side of things to help, again, guarantee some lifetime income and also help alleviate the retirement roadblocks that we've talked about over the past 2 months. So as we continue to move forward and we talk about the retirement roadblocks, I'm just going to do a brief plug of the pieces you currently have available to you, especially now, as I've mentioned, the 401ks are trying to get into it. We're seeing that the Fed is raising interest rates, which means these products are continuing to get better. They're continuing to get more attractive, and we're seeing almost weekly that carriers are actually announcing that they're increasing the rates, which in an annuity situation is a good thing. It's not like we're increasing the rates of a life insurance premium. It's the opposite. We're making the products more attractive on almost a weekly basis. So we've gone through all of the roadblocks in the past. We've talked about each one of them. Next week, we're actually going to have a special guest join us from Athene, one of the carriers you have access to, and she's going to talk about how you can use a protected income product like an FIA or a fixed index annuity to actually pay premiums on a Medicaid policy. As you have these conversations, you can guarantee that the client's premium is going to be paid no matter how long they live by leveraging one of these products. And she's going to show you the ins and outs there. That's actually one of the added bonuses that you can have as you start moving into this space or thinking about moving into this space. The following week, we're going to go through all of the roadblocks again. And we're going to do a whole client presentation that you can leverage, that you have access to, that's already written and scripted right now. So that's coming up in the next few weeks. But on top of that, you still have all these resources available through IAD. If you haven't had a chance to take a look at these, or you have and you're wondering, well, how do I use them? Reach out to your IAD marketer, reach out to Bernard. We can connect the dots to show you, here's how I would leverage this with a client. Here's how other agents and advisors have used these tools. Here are the words they say and when they use them in a client meeting to help generate some strong conversations and even sell more products, help more clients, and well, increase your overall revenue moving forward this year. We've got the white papers that you can use to educate yourself. I wouldn't necessarily put any of these in front of a client because they're pretty in-depth, but you can leverage them. They're a quick read, about 6 pages a piece on what are the risks, where are the numbers coming from, as well as the digital pitch kit, the consumer guide. You see IAD put stuff out on LinkedIn that says, hey, join us for this webinar. You have access to stuff like that, that says, hey, reach out to me about risk in retirement. You have all of that already approved, already you have access to because you're with the IAD family. It's a lot of stuff out there. Today, I'm actually going to talk to you about another resource that exists out there. So what I'm going to do, as Bernard mentions, this is a little bit different. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to introduce and show you a live demonstration of what's called the Alliance for Lifetime Income and how it can create materials for you and your clients to have these conversations. First off, what is the Alliance for Lifetime Income? Well, as it says here, it's a nonprofit educational group that was formed in Washington, D.C., and their whole job is to create awareness for Americans around the value and the need for protected lifetime income. Actually, a fun fact about the Alliance is as we return to kind of a normalcy and folks start going out to events and they start going out to concerts and things like that, the Alliance for Lifetime Income actually sponsors the Rolling Stones. So if you have the Rolling Stones coming to town, it's going to be brought to you by the Alliance for Lifetime Income. Definitely looking at a specific target market with that, but they are a very strong and recognized organization as they move out. And what they do is they provide both clients or consumers and professionals with educational resources, tools, and actual research and insights that you can leverage to have these conversations. One of the strongest things that you can do when you talk to a client or you want to start introducing the topic of protected lifetime income is using a third-party source. As you go into and talk with clients about withdrawal rate or about the kind of return on bonds, to be able to bring in and say, look, it's not just me saying this, it's industry expert Wade Pfau, or it's the Alliance for Lifetime Income Research is also saying this. Third-party resources are going to just make you stand out, and it's going to make your overall presentation a lot stronger as you talk to clients about this. So if you go to this Alliance for Lifetime Protected Lifetime Income, you can see down here, we've got if you're a financial professional, click here. And what I'm going to show you is I'm going to show you real quick how to set up a profile where you can put your name, your picture, your company logo on all of these articles for free. And you don't have to, you can email them out. You can, I know Bernard's put some on LinkedIn. You can leverage this stuff today. So what do? We click here. And this is where you get started. Now, first thing you want to do is go up here to the right. This is my account. But if you don't have an account, it'll say create or sign up. You simply click this and you're able to update your profile, your login, your personalization. For myself, I throw on my headshot and my company logo. You can put yours up there. All it is it's a simple add the image and you're good to go. Now, outside of this, if we go back, there are three main areas that you're going to want to take a look at as you dig into this. One of them is what's called client reprints. What this is these are articles already vetted, researched, and FINRA approved. Now, many of you don't need that, but what is helpful is you have it. And so you know that this has already been looked at by the SEC. It's already been looked at by the regulatory standards, and it meets those standards with a FINRA letter. We have all of those FINRA letters that go along with our retirement roadblocks as well. So as you move forward, you don't have to worry as much about the compliance side because you have these letters as you work with the compliance department on putting anything like this out. Those letters are going to make it much, much easier for you to do that. But let's just take a look at some of these that are really easy. How to create family legacy with annuities. How to get more from Social Security. That partners directly with our retirement roadblocks. Has COVID-19 accelerated your retirement? Maybe some folks were thinking about, I can wait a couple years, but now as everyone's moving virtual or COVID-19 is making a lot of folks reassess their working relationship with wherever they've been working. What can you do? Well, there's two things. You can click a custom branded or an alliance branded PDF. So let's take a look at this one. Has COVID-19 accelerated your retirement? I went ahead and I clicked that PDF, and what comes up is right here. It's got my photo, my info, and there's the article. If you want to change anything, change it or hit accept and continue. And what happens next is now you've got a PDF file that you can download. You can send it out to clients if you want. You want to post it on Facebook, LinkedIn, or Twitter, there's the links to do it. And that exists for all of these articles that are out there. Some really great ones that partner with the retirement roadblocks. The 4% rule. That's a big one. If you haven't heard that, the old theory was that 4% is the amount that somebody could withdraw in order to maintain a healthy income. Well, is that still the case? And here's a report that is, again, it's short. It's not too long. And you can go ahead and send this out, post it on LinkedIn to help have some of these conversations. Another really good one. As you think about moving from where you are and working with your clients around Medicare to moving into this space where you're helping them with income, that's a little bit of a shift in the past. And so one of the things that I've heard a lot is, how do I talk about getting into, now working with clients on an investment side? Well, here's 5 questions that you should ask your professional or your financial professional. These are things that you can leverage with your clients to just say, have you had these conversations? Have you had an update on what recent market trends have done? These are all the questions that can spark a conversation for both you and your clients about this new side of the equation that you can help them work with. Again, there's a lot of them. Even simply annuities explained. As clients say, what is it? I don't know. I've heard bad things. What are they really? All of that is in here. So I've mentioned there's really 3 key areas for advisors and agents to use here. Here's a good one: professional resources. If you go into this, these are articles for you, not for consumers or clients. These are articles for you. Take a look at and leverage, much like the white papers, to say, hey, how do I talk about these? Or what are some of the keys that I should know about being a student of the business around annuities and lifetime income? Here it all is. 3 approaches to protecting clients, client meetings in a bear market, 2 philosophies for retirement income planning. These again are short articles. You click on them and here it is. President for Annuity Solutions at Lincoln Financial. So you know that it's somebody that is an expert in the industry. And here's a short article that you can read to say, hey, what are the things that we should be thinking about as folks move forward? Again, there are a lot of articles and resources that you can use. The last thing that I wanted to touch on is client presentations. We have retirement roadblocks ready to go for you. It's already written, it's already approved, it's ready to walk out. But let's say you wanted to do more, or you wanted to do additionals. Here's a presentation ready to go that you can click on, and it says 3 keys to income planning. It's got a script with it all ready to go for you as well. You also have some of these that you can take a look at as a financial professional to have these conversations and to help educate even more. Now, they do have on here some calculators and some tools. I'm not going to go into those today because they're pretty in depth. If that's something you want to dig into and take a look at, reach out to your IAD marketer, reach out to Bernard, and he's going to be able to get you set up with either, myself, one of our other industry professionals that can walk you through some of these conversations. But my big thing that I wanted to do was just share with you, this is here and it's free. And you're able to go out and you're able to listen to top advisors talk about becoming an income advisor. How are the top folks doing it? What are the protected life income studies? What is everything showing today? Again, these are all experts that you're able to leverage to educate yourself and then your clients as well. And so what I would recommend, as if this is something, again, you want to get into, now is a great time to do so. Your first step is going to be Google the Alliance for Lifetime Income. Believe their website is protectedincome.org. You're able to set up your profile and start clicking around. There's a lot here. And so one of the kind of biggest hurdles is, how do I get started? What do I do first? First thing is set up your profile. Take a look at a few of the professional resources that can help you be prepared to talk with your clients. Again, all of this stuff is free, written by industry professionals that you're able to leverage on top of all the stuff that you have for retirement roadblocks moving forward. Again, step 1 is just go ahead and take a look. Now, moving back to our resources that we can close out here, simply IAD has put together a full surround sound support team to help you here. Now, from A to Z on this whole protected income, there are a lot of steps, but many of them can be taken care of for you. And we can help support you all the way through. We make it easy. We make it simple. I think you've all heard the phrase, we're simplifying your success here. And that's what we want to do. Next week, I hope you all can join us. I'm very excited. Heather Fitzpatrick is a wholesaling annuity partner from Athene, one of the biggest carriers that are out there. They actually had the biggest Q1 sales for this quarter in that whole protected income index annuity space. You have access to their products. Everything is on the shelf for you. And she's going to talk about a presentation that she has used with many other agents that have had a focus in the Medicare space. And how do you leverage a fixed indexed annuity to help your clients pay for Medicare so they don't have to worry about an ongoing payment? For you, that actually gives you kind of a double whammy where you get, well, usually whammies are a bad thing, but in this case, it's a good thing. And what you get is a double sale there. You're helping the clients, you're doing the right thing for them, and it allows you to, again, create some of that increased revenue for this year in 2021 moving forward. Following that, July 28th, we are going to have the full Retirement Roadblocks client presentation. If you weren't able to join us or hadn't seen the notes or haven't seen the video, go back a couple months. That's the very first one we did to introduce Retirement Roadblocks. And it's a demonstration live of how does this presentation go and how can you present it to clients in a way that they're going to understand, they're going to engage, and they're going to start a conversation saying, wow, I didn't think about one or two or maybe four of these retirement roadblocks. Again, the presentation is not geared towards a product. It is not geared towards, hey, you've got to solve this with life insurance or an annuity or investments. It is simply to start a conversation. So join us on the 21st and the 28th for those coming up. Really excited about those. And continue to join us because we're going to have more content coming out. We're going to have more pieces for you all to leverage. And again, as you have any questions, where to get started, where do I go? Reach out to your IAD marketer, reach out to Bernard. His info is there and he can get all the resources lined up so we can support you moving forward. But for this one, a quick preview of the Alliance for Lifetime Income. I think this is one of the first ones I've come in under that half-hour mark. But that is it for me. I just wanted to show you all these resources that exist. I'll turn it over to Bernard. But again, join us next week. Should be a really, really interesting session. I also forgot to mention Heather's going to do a Q&A at the back end. So as you have questions about these, she's going to be able to answer them live as well. So big get for next week.
All right, Brandon, thank you, my friend. As like I say, Brandon is the annuity guru and specialist. He absolutely knows what he's talking about, and we really appreciate it. But for IAD is bringing a holistic approach to senior planning. So, I mean, everything is focused on longevity and income.
Bernard, you got muted.
Thank
Now
you.
you're back.
Thank you. I'm moving my hands everywhere, folks, and I guess I hit the mute button. But no, what I was saying, Insurance Advisors Direct, we're bringing a holistic approach to senior planning. And like I say, in the middle of that is your client's longevity and their income. And without that, with longevity and income is ultimately going to pay for your Medicare, your maximum out-of-pocket expenses, or if you have a mid-sup, the monthly premiums. And if our seniors run out of that, then there's no health care. So now we go back to what Retirement Roadblocks is doing, is providing a way to have that guaranteed income so they can pay for their Medicare expenses, or they can pay for their long-term care or their final expense policies. So like I say, we're bringing that holistic approach to you, and we want you to keep joining with us. Like I say, next Wednesday, I am really excited. Athene, like Brandon said, Athene is one of the best #1 annuity carriers out there with their income product. And Miss Heather Fitzpatrick is the go-to person. So sometimes it's better to get it from the horse, straight from the horse's mouth, and she's the horse. So like I said, folks, join in. We have a lot more to come even after the 28th presentation. I mean, Retirement Roadblocks is here to stay. Then there's a few other things that we're going to get into that's going to tie into Retirement Roadblocks, more with Index Universal Life policies as well. So we're going to have that full spectrum, like I say, that holistic approach for you, and folks should be excited. So with that, everybody have a good rest of your week, and we will see you next Wednesday. Take care, people.